the election's been set for the first week of February.
You want me to run?
With your stature in the community, or...
Stature. Stature.
With your stature in the community, or...
Jesus, screw the office. What about you? You're allowed to grieve, Christina.
Grieve. Grieve.
You're allowed to grieve, Christina.
You have to cross her off.
I agree. She could put a crack addict to sleep.
Then what is she doing on the goddamn list?
Goddamn. Goddamn.
Then what is she doing on the goddamn list?
Assuming he's open to
Look,
the
all we
idea.
have to do tomorrow is plant the notion in his head. I'm sure you'll be persuasive.
Persuasive. Persuasive.
I'm sure you'll be persuasive.
This is not about his death. I'm calling you because my sources at the DCCC are telling me that...
Triple. Triple.
Because my sources at the DCCC are telling me that...
The president wants to nominate a multi-billionaire in a struggling economy. He'll alienate half the country.
Alienate. Alienate.
He'll alienate half the country.
Birch is a possibility, but he's not always been our strongest ally.
I'm not sure I would trust Bob with something like this.
Bob. Bob.
I'm not sure I would trust Bob with something like this.
Saying they wanted to send a film crew to take footage of our filtration project in Botswana.
Right. They're just using that for promotional material.
Promotional. Promotional.
Right. They're just using that for promotional material. Right. They're just using that for promotional material.
Sandcorp fought us on the watershed bill.
Watershed. Watershed.
Sandcorp fought us on the watershed bill.
Claire, they're against everything we stand for. It's harmless. They'll send the video.
Harmless. Harmless.
It's harmless. They'll send the video.
Where does your colleague get their information?
I don't know.
Allocating the DoD budget is always a free-for-all.
Allocate. Allocate.
Allocating the DoD budget is always a free-for-all. He made allies out of enemies. It's a very valuable thing in Congress. I wish I could give you something juicy.
Juicy. Juicy.
I wish I could give you something juicy.
Companies he controls, political contributions, GQ article entitled Backwoods Billionaires.
Billionaire. Billionaire.
GQ article entitled Backwoods Billionaires.
To what end?
To get you out of town for a few days while they continue the search without your interference.
Interference. Interference.
Days while they continue the search without your interference.
Womack takes his place and maybe...
Wait, slow down.
Cutting is in his district.
D-N. D-N.
What do you think so far?
Well, I've only seen your neighborhood and whatever I could see out the window on the interstate.
Interstate. Interstate.
And whatever I could see out the window on the interstate.
2 taps every time you get up from a table or leave a lectern.
Something my father taught me. It's meant to harden your knuckles so you...
Knuckle. Knuckle.
It's meant to harden your knuckles so you...
So what brings you to the Capitol?
I was just asking Miss Gallagher, who's running to fill the vacant seat in Pennsylvania's first.
Vacant. Vacant.
Gallagher, who's running to fill the vacant seat in Pennsylvania's first.
Gene brought those back for me.
Mr. Tusk, I am...
First names, after all, we have broken bacon together.
Bacon. Bacon.
Names, after all, we have broken bacon together. I have 8 people representing me at 8 simultaneous meetings in 6 time zones right now.
Simultaneous. Simultaneous.
Simultaneous meetings in 6 time zones right now. Go ahead.
He's deflecting.
deflect, deflect,
He's deflecting. The president hasn't exactly been a big supporter of nuclear power. Is that part of your hesitation?
hesitation, hesitation,
Or is that part of your hesitation?
All them instincts, which can be of value. The rational and the irrational complement each other.
irrational, irrational,
The rational and the irrational complement each other.
We studied it at the Sentinel. I said to my professor, why mourn the death of presidents, or anyone for that matter?
Mourn. Mourn.
Presidents, or anyone for that matter.
No, told them point blank she doesn't want the film crew there. I'm looking at an email. She wrote that they would be disruptive to the project and local communities.
Disruptive. Disruptive.
That they would be disruptive to the project and local communities.
Let's go. I'm parked illegally.
illegally, illegally,
Let's go. I'm parked illegally. Let's go. I'm parked illegally.
So I hear you went stomping through the woods today.
stomp, stomp,
So I hear you went stomping through the woods today. Words could unburden us from a great deal of stress.
Well, then what does your reluctance stem from?
reluctance, reluctance,
Well, then what does your reluctance stem from?
He's shooting off his gun too much in the yard.
Do you know where I can find him?
Why?
I'm a relative. His niece.
niece, niece,
I'm a relative. His niece.
Works at the titty bar over on 40.
Highway 40?
Across from the Burger King.
Okay, thank you.
burger, burger,
Across from the Burger King.
Okay, thank you.
First, Janine Skorsky ambushed Christina this morning. I intercepted her before she could ask too much.
Intercept. Intercept.
I intercepted her before she could ask too much. That would appear to be a lie.
All right, I have it in front of me now.
Doyle cataloged all the instances he could find.
catalog, catalog,
Doyle cataloged all the instances he could find.
But the Carolina parakeet is extinct. Was killed off because it was considered a pest.
pest, pest,
Was killed off because it was considered a pest. Very good.
Tell me why I am here, then.
So I can vet you.
vet, vet,
So I can vet you. You have something that I want. Have I said something amusing?
amuse, amuse,
Have I said something amusing?
How are you feeling? Better than yesterday. But I might take off early if the nausea comes back.
nausea, nausea,
I might take off early if the nausea comes back.
I promise to empower you.
empower, empower,
I promise to empower you. I run the organization. You work for it.
Our agreement is an affiliation, Claire.
affiliation, affiliation,
Our agreement is an affiliation, Claire. Worldwell isn't your vassal.
Yes, it is. Entirely, if we're going to be blunt about it.
blunt, blunt,
If we're going to be blunt about it.
That's when he went to speak to Kopeniak. Do you remember anything strange around the time of the inauguration?
inauguration, inauguration,
Around the time of the inauguration?